Is it possible for you to be my master if I do not wish to take sannyas?
I think you do not understand the meaning of discipleship. You are asking something impossible. It is almost like if I ask you, can you be my sannyasin if I don't want to be your master? You can see the absurdity of it. But why such a question arises in the first place has to be understood. It is because of the whole past of humanity. People are Christians without being Christians. People are Hindus without being Hindus. Only formally Christians accept Jesus as their master. It is not an intimate, sincere, total relationship. Just by birth, it is an accidental relationship. They have not chosen to be Christians. They are born in a Christian home or in a Jewish home, and they have been conditioned to believe that Jesus is your master, Moses is your master. Poor Moses knows nothing about you. Neither Jesus has any idea who are you. And this is all over the world. Religion has nothing to do with your birth. By birth one cannot be Christian, Hindu, Mohammedan. But that's how it has been happening. Religion has been joined with birth to deceive you. The best way to deceive a person is to give him the idea that what people are seeking, you have already got it. This is the most refined way of cheating. A Christian never thinks of searching what religion is, what it means to be a disciple, what it means to accept someone as your master. He has been deceived from the birth that you already have religion. Ready-made it has been given to him. No effort on his part has been made. No search, no seeking, no inquiry. He has a master in Jesus Christ. He has a holy book in the Bible. Everything is supplied by tradition, family, society. They don't leave any chance for you to inquire on your own. And the problem is, unless you inquire on your own, you will never find what life is all about, what truth is, what are these tremendously ecstatic moments when one becomes a disciple, when one finds a master. You will never know those moments of ultimate rejoicing. You will never run in the street naked, shouting, "Eureka! I have found it." Archimedes was not mad. He was one of the most important scientists of his time and all times. And if he, finding a simple thing, a scientific fact, forgets all about clothing because he was in his bathtub when he found a certain principle for which he was looking. When you are looking continuously in all directions, knocking on all doors, one never knows which door is the right door. He was puzzled for months because the king has told him that if you are really a scientist, you should find out one thing. Somebody has presented me, another king, a crown of gold. I want to know whether it is pure gold or there is some mixture in it. Is any other metal is mixed in it, and I don't want the crown to be cut. I don't want you to touch it even. You have to find it without spoiling the beautiful present. For months he was troubled how to find, because if he allowed to cut a little piece of the crown, it would have been possible to find out whether other metals are mixed or not. When a question remains continuously with you for 24 hours, it takes you by and by close to the answer. The answer comes in a moment of relaxation. Question is a tension. But you can get the answer in relaxation only if the tension has been to its uttermost climax. And it has been so for months, and the king was asking every day. And Archimedes was started feeling embarrassed. A well-known scientist cannot find such a small thing. People had started laughing at him. He could not sleep. He could not do anything. Only one question. That day, relaxing in his bathtub, which was full of water, completely full, as he sat in the tub, naturally some water flowed out. To make a space for him. And something clicked in his mind. He weighed the water that has flown out. And he has found the principle. If pure gold is put in water, then a certain amount will come out. If some other metal is mixed in it, then a different amount of water will come out, because that certain metal will not have the same effect on water as the gold if it is pure. Now the crown has not to be destroyed, it has just to be put in water. And another pure gold of the same weight can be put in water, and you can see how much water comes from both. If it is exactly the same, then the crown is pure gold. If it is not, then there is mixture. The finding was not something great. He has not found a master or truth. He has not realized his self. He has not entered into nirvana. But such a small finding. The question is not of small or great. The question is of finding yourself. The joy comes from finding, not what you find. He jumped out of his bathtub, ran out of his bathroom, rushed onto the street shouting Eureka. A crowd followed him. They thought, we always were thinking this man is crazy. Now he has gone completely crazy. Naked he is going towards the palace. He reached in the court naked, shouting, Eureka, I have found it. The king said, it seems you must have found, but where are your clothes? That moment he became aware that he was naked. The king said, your coming naked shows that you must have found it, because when someone finds something, it is such a joy. Who cares about clothes? Who remembers about manners? You need not say anything to me, just your coming in this way has given me proof that you must have found it. But you have not found Christianity. You have never shouted Eureka. You have not found Hinduism. You have not found anything that could have driven you into the street naked shouting. This is why such a question arises. You have been living on borrowed things. You can borrow things, but you cannot borrow experiences. You can borrow money from someone, but you cannot borrow his love experience. You cannot say, just give me your love experience for 2 days and with interest I will return it back. Love experience is not a commodity. You are asking me, can you still be my master if I don't wish to be a sannyasi? There must be many misconceptions in your mind, as if it is something that the master has to do. So if the master accepts, that's enough. You need not be a disciple, you need not be a sannyasin, you need not do anything. That too is given by your idiotic tradition to you. Jesus is the Savior. All that you need is to accept Him as your Savior, and that's all. The whole responsibility is His. On your part is only one thing, to accept Him as your Savior. Nothing else is needed, no transformation in you. The reality is just the opposite. The master does nothing. It is in your becoming a disciple that the whole mystery lies. It is in your surrender of the ego that the whole search comes to an authentic point. It is in putting your mind aside. That's what sannyas is. An authentic discipleship. It means putting your mind aside. You have lived according to your mind up to now. If it is fulfilling, then there is no need for anybody to become a sannyasin. If you feel you are blissful with your mind, then why bother about a master? Why carry unnecessary load? Why become tethered? It is certain that as your mind is, it is nothing but anguish. It is suffering, misery, despair. But you are not ready to become a sannyasin. That means you are not ready to put your mind aside. Translated into reality, you are not wishing to change even a little bit. Not even your clothes, what to say about your mind. You are not ready even to hang a mala with my picture around your neck. How you are going to allow me enter into your heart? And you want me to be your master. You are keeping yourself closed in every possible way. You are saying, will you like to come into my house? And you are closing the doors on my face. On the one hand, you are inviting me. On the other hand, you are closing your doors and windows, so I cannot enter in any way. The relationship between a master and a disciple is one of the greatest mysteries of existence. The master does nothing, remember it always. He is only a presence. All that is done by the disciple. The presence of the master is helpful. Just the presence. It is immensely nourishing. His presence gives you the guarantee that what has happened to him can happen to you. Otherwise, where you are going to find the evidence that things like that happen? The master's only function is to give you a tangible evidence. You cannot make Jesus your master because he is dead for 2000 years. The relationship between a master and a disciple is a living relationship. You don't get married to women who died 2000 years before. Otherwise, I think everybody would be marrying Cleopatra, Amrapali. Who would bother about ordinary women when you can marry Cleopatra? And Cleopatra cannot say no. She is dead for long. But the same thing you are doing when you relate yourself with Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. You don't understand a simple thing, that it is a bigger, far bigger love relationship. It is a far more crazy love affair. It cannot happen between somebody who is living and somebody who has been dead for thousands of years. The distance is too much. But people prefer to make Jesus, Muhammad, Lao Tzu, Zarathustra their master. For the simple reason, because the master is not present. He cannot say no. He cannot ask you that first you have to go through a transformation. It is one-way affair. The other party is absent. But I am not absent, I am present. You cannot ask such a stupid question to me. If you don't wish to become a sannyasin, am I mad to become a master to you? Why should I become a master to you? For what? You are not even wishing to be a sannyasin. You don't want to give anything, and you want to get everything. Becoming a master, I am taking your total responsibility. And you are not even wishing to be a sannyasin, which is nothing. At least my sannyas is the simplest that has ever existed on the earth. What is required of you? Even this seems to be too much. Then just don't be bothered with greater things of life. Go back to your hell. you are not meant to have eyes perhaps to remain blind is your destiny. Remain blind. Asking such a question implies that a master is to do everything. Only thing is needed is to be accepted by him. Then your work is finished. Now you can go on doing all nonsense that you have been doing. You can do it now even more without any guilt, without any fear, without any worry about the consequences, because now somebody has taken your responsibility. Umar Khayyam, one of the great poets of Persia, says that don't stop me from enjoying women and wine. Don't stop me, because God is forgiving. If I do not commit sin, then what will happen to God's forgiveness? I have to commit sins just to keep God qualified, compassionate, forgiving. No sin is bigger than God's compassion. Let me commit the worst. He is there. You see the logic of the man? It is perfectly clear. If God's very quality is to forgive, then what is the fear of sin? And how much sin you can commit? God's compassion is infinite. All your sins combined will still be finite. They cannot be infinite. If you can commit infinite sins, you have become almost a god, because you can do infinite things. Then there is no difference between you and God. You have infinity in your hands as much as God has. Umar Khayyam's statement is significant because that's what all religious people are doing. They put the responsibility on somebody and then they go on doing their thing, hoping, believing that everything will be all right in the end. they have a great Savior who will stand for them before God. Your question seems to be just throwing responsibility on me. And I am a very irresponsible person. I have never lived responsibly. From my very childhood, everybody has been telling me, be responsible. But I have always said I enjoy to be irresponsible so much that I don't see the point why I should be responsible. You enjoy being responsible, be responsible. I never say to you, be irresponsible. Why you bother about me? If my irresponsibilities are going to lead me to hell, I am perfectly willing to go there. Because in any way I don't want to live with your saints. I have lived with saints and I have lived with sinners, and I have seen that to be with sinners is far more colorful, far more pleasant, far more human. There is some song in it, some dance in it. There is laughter. There is some life. To live with a saint is to live with a dead man, a corpse. Have you ever been in a room alone with a corpse? Can you sleep? Can you eat? Can you drink? Can you laugh? The corpse will not interfere in any way, but just the presence of the corpse in the room is enough to prevent you from living. Do you see great principle is involved there? The corpse is not doing anything, and yet you cannot eat. You will feel like throwing up. You cannot sing. The corpse is not preventing. The corpse is not going to hear it. But just the idea of singing when the corpse is there. Saints are dead people. The more they are dead, the more they are thought to be saintly. To live with them is simply sickening. It is nauseating. They are so inhuman about everything. They live themselves mechanically, robot-like, and they won't allow anybody else to live differently. They will make you feel guilty for everything. In Mahatma Gandhi's ashram, and he was a great saint, Mahatma means great saint. You could not have smoked. I know smoking is silly. But what is wrong in being silly? And if one enjoys it, once in a while to be silly is perfectly human. It should be acceptable. You can tell to the person that it will harm your health, that your life will be reduced by 5 years. But if you don't want to live that long, it is perfectly good, because what you are going to do 5 years more? You will smoke more. And it is not a healthy habit, but people who don't smoke, they fall sick. And I have seen people who have been smoking continuously, chain smokers, and never falling sick. So all these are just guesswork. All that the smoker is doing is enjoying, taking the smoke in and throwing it out. The smoke is warm, just like the mother's milk. And the cigarette is exactly the mother's nipple. He is again enjoying being a child. Cigarette is just a way of enjoying one's childhood again. That's why cigarette is so relaxing. When you are worried, tense, you start looking for the cigarettes. It helps. It is human. It will look really odd to go to your mother now and say that I am so tense and worried. I think cigarette is a good substitute. Don't disturb these people, otherwise they will disturb women. Your mother may be dead, then you have to go to your wife and she may be just mad with the idea that you have come with. She will think you are going nuts. Cigarette is such a simple substitute. Don't disturb people. When I see you smoking, I feel sorry for you. Not that you are smoking, but because you had to smoke. I think about your worries, not about your smoking. That is nothing to be bothered. I think about your anguish, your tension. I think that there must be something eating your heart. Otherwise, why you should burn yourself with smoking? I never judge you by your smoking that you are doing some wrong act. I see deeper. I see why you are smoking. But no saint bothers about why you are smoking. Smoking is a sin. In Mahatma Gandhi's ashram, if somebody was found to be smoking, he was immediately turned out in disgrace. He has fallen. And the poor fellow was simply trying to relax. In fact, his smoking was an indication that the ashram is not relaxing, that it is not the place where people relax. Here is the place where people become more tense. In fact, all the ashramas make you more tense. It is a strange dilemma. They make you more tense, more worried. This world is not enough for them. They bring hell and heaven and all kinds of consequences that you will have to suffer. Rather than helping you to get out of your tense mind, they make your mind more tense. And then you cannot smoke. Then you cannot drink even tea or coffee. These are all prohibited. They are all relaxing. A relaxed person may not need smoking. Unless just playfully, once in a while, sitting with friends when everybody is smoking, and he does not want to play the saint. I used to go to parties when I was in the university. It was a problem because the host was worried that everybody will be drinking and I may feel left alone. Knowing it from many other previous experiences, I had to go to the host and say, don't be worried about me. You just give me Coca-Cola, as if I am also drinking with everybody. But he will say, they will think you are also drinking alcohol. I said, let them think, that is no problem. What is the problem? It simply shows I am also human. I want to participate with them. I don't want to be holier than thou. To me, that attitude is ugly. That attitude is simply egoistic. I cannot drink alcohol because I don't know what I will do after drinking. There is no problem. As far as I am concerned, there is no problem, I can drink. Because I don't think that even though alcohol is called spirit, that it can be spiritual or it can enter into my spirit. It will just go through my kidneys and sooner or later will pass out of the body, so there is not much of a problem. I am thinking of you because I may do something. And that may create trouble for you. So just give me Coca-Cola. That's drinking Coca-Cola with people, they all almost glared up. They all said, "You are also drinking. We were worried that you will be here not drinking and we will look like sinners." I said, "No, I am a drunkard. You go on. You cannot compete with me." Because I can go on drinking Coca-Cola as much as possible. But I felt happy that they were not feeling guilty. I felt that I have done something appropriate. I have been human. Your saints are not human. Gandhi was very particular about cleanliness. He followed the same idea. Cleanliness is next to God. No, for me it is a trouble. There is no God. So only cleanliness remains. Not even next to God. Just the first. There is no next. But I don't come to look into your room and into your bathroom. That seems to me evil. But Gandhi used to do that. He will go into your room, he will see everything, whether it is as it should be. He will have a look into your bathroom, whether it is clean or not. But this is interfering into your privacy. I can talk about cleanliness. I can praise cleanliness. I can say to you the beauty of it, but then at least I should trust you. Your intelligence, your privacy, and ultimately your responsibility to yourself. I am not responsible for you. But this is not the way of the saints up to now. They have been almost after their disciples like detectives. Making the disciple feel as much guilty as possible. There is some arithmetic in it. Greater they make people feel guilty, bigger they are thought to be saints. Their height goes on becoming higher and higher as you go on sinking lower and lower. Their whole saintliness depends on your guiltiness. And to make you feel guilty, it is very simple. Start condemning everything that is human, that is natural. On my path, the Master is only a light. You can see in that light and go wherever you want to go. The Master is not somebody who is continuously following you, forcing you. He is simply a presence. In His presence you become aware of your ultimate potential. You become aware what you can be and what you are not. You become aware of your hypocrisy. Sannyas is nothing but dropping your hypocrisy. And you say to me, I don't wish to be a sannyasin. You insist to remain a hypocrite, a split person, making me a master, you will become more split. You will become more guilty because you have made somebody a master and you are not a disciple to him. It will look unkind to you that I refuse, but it is a refusal out of compassion, not out of unkindness. I refuse to be a master of anyone who is not wishing to be a disciple. The meaning of the word disciple is beautiful. It means one who is ready to learn. And there is much to be learned. Almost everything has to be learned. Because whatsoever you know is not learning. It is knowledge, completely rotten knowledge. You have taken it from others. You have not searched for it, looked for it, inquired for it. It is not your own. You cannot say Eureka. Not for a single thing you can say Eureka. And a man of learning, a disciple, finds every moment like Archimedes Life goes on revealing new secrets every moment. How I can become a master to you? You are not ready to be vulnerable to me. You are not ready to be open to me. You are not ready to listen to me. You are not ready to come along with me. You want to remain as you are, what you are, yet you want one more guarantee. You want me to become responsible so that you feel less guilty. At least you have a master. But that is not going to help. You can have all the masters of the world. And that's the beauty of dead masters, because they cannot say no. You can accept all the masters of the world. Be disciple of all the masters of the world. There are people who are following Zen, who are following Sufism, who are following Tao, anything. Neither Lao Tzu can prevent them, nor Bodhidharma can prevent them, nor Jalaluddin Rumi can prevent them. Those people are gone. Just words echoing are left. But I am yet in the flesh. I am yet not only a word. My word is still living. If you want to have any contact with me, you will have to be ready to travel with me. It is a long journey. Much of the load that you are carrying will have to be dropped. Much of the mind that you are thinking is very valuable will prove just junk. Much of your character that you valued so much will prove nothing but forced discipline. Discipline can be forced so much that it becomes unconscious. People are behaving in the right manner, are not stealing, are not harming others, hurting others. It is not their conscious choice. I have heard about a retired military general. It is a case after the First World War. The general has lived his whole life, not his only. His father was a general, his father's father was a general. As far back he could remember, their family has been in the army. It was in his blood. From the very beginning, he was disciplined in the manners of the army. He was retired now, the war was over. He was carrying one day a bucket full of eggs, and somebody just played a joke on him. He shouted, "Attention!" And he stood in attention, dropping the bucket and all the eggs on the road. He was very angry. His eggs were all finished. And he said, "What kind of joke is this?" The man said, "But can't I say attention? It has nothing to do with you. You could have carried your bucket. I was not telling you." He said, "You don't understand. It has gone into my blood, into my bones. Even in the night, if somebody says attention, I will jump out of the bed and be in attention. Then only I will realize that it is a joke. But first I will be in the position." This is discipline. Your morality, your character are nothing but false discipline. They have become unconscious. And anything that is unconscious is of no value at all. Coming along with me, you will have to understand that your morality is just imposed. You are an imposter, pretending to be moral, not knowing even ABC of morality. Your character is nothing. When I applied for professorship, they asked me for a character certificate. I said, "I cannot produce." The education minister said, "But why?" I said, "For the simple reason, because I don't find a man of character from whom I would like to have a character certificate." He says, "You are something. You can't find a man of character?" I said, "No, I don't find a man of character. And how can I have a character certificate from somebody whom I cannot give a character certificate?" I know my Vice Chancellor. And I had told him that I cannot take a character certificate from you because I cannot give a character certificate to you. I know you perfectly well. I know my head of the department, who is a very loving man, who loves me. But he himself said, "I cannot give you a character certificate because I don't have any character," and you knew it perfectly well. I said to the education minister, "You give me a character certificate and I will expose you just calling a press conference today. You give me a character certificate and I will tell to the press conference what kind of character you have." he started perspiring. He said, you just take your appointment letter. But I said, what about the character certificate? Because it has to be attached with the application. He said, don't be worried. I said, no, it is a question of principle. If everybody needs a character certificate, then I will write a character certificate for myself. That's the only man I know perfectly well who has character. About anybody else, it is at the most guesswork. He said, do whatsoever you want, just please leave me alone. You take your order. I wrote a character certificate for myself. He said, but please don't sign it in your own name, because I will be in trouble. Then I said, whose name I have to sign? He said, anybody's name, but not your own name. So I signed it in one of my professor's name. He said, but you are signing with somebody else's name. I know this man, S.S. Rai. He is your professor. What you are going to say him? I said, you don't be worried. This is a copy of the original. Original I will take from him. I said, this is done every day. Original is taken, then copies are made. This is just the reverse. The copy is given to you. Original I will make. I went to S.S. Rai. I told him that this has happened and this is the character certificate I have written. You give me the original. He looked at the certificate. He said, you should have come to me, because you have not written anything. I would have given you a beautiful character certificate. I said, it was something spontaneous. That man was in a difficulty. And I could not write more than this. About myself, what more I can write? He said, but this is not a character certificate at all, because you are saying that I am a human being. Very ordinary. And you ask me to sign it. That I have all the weaknesses of human beings. You cannot trust me. I am not reliable. Now I have to sign it, he said, and you will show it to people. I said, no, I will not show. Original I will give it to you. Original you can keep in case it is needed. He said, then it is okay, because I don't want people to see that I have written this character certificate about you. I love you and I know you. These are not your qualities. I said, but when I have to write about myself, do you think I should write, I am the only begotten son of God? Do you want me to be crucified again? Once is enough. Coming along with me, you will have to drop almost the whole of you. Only the essential will remain. Only that which you cannot drop. Even if you want to drop it, you cannot drop. Only that will remain. It is a great surgery in which all canceric growth that surrounds you has to be cut completely. It is painful. It is hard. Just because it is so painful and so hard, that I make it as light as possible, as joyous as possible. I try to make it a joke for the simple reason because the task is hard. And it is good to pass the dark night of the soul with laughter, with gossiping, with joking, with dancing, with singing. It is good to pass the dark night of the soul. What is the point of crying and weeping and mourning and wearing the black habits of the Christian priests? The night is dark enough. Why make it darker? To transform yourself, to change, is painful enough. Why make it more miserable? Once I was operated, a little operation. I continued to joke with the doctor. He said, "You please wait. You don't make me laugh. Because I may do something wrong." You leave me alone. I was telling from the very beginning that you need chloroform. Otherwise you will go on talking and you will disturb. But you said local anesthesia will do. So we have given, he was doing the operation on my finger. So we have given you a local anesthesia. It was wrong. You don't leave us, you go on. I said, lying down on a surgical table, is it not the right place to joke? And will not be it helpful for you to be laughing and enjoying and doing your work just the way a painter paints, a surgeon should do his work? Why make it sad? And it is already painful. Make it light. Don't make it more heavier. Hence my sannyas is a rejoicing. You say you are not wishing to rejoice with me. You say you are not going to laugh with me. You say you are not going to dance with me, sing with me. Then for what you are wanting me to be your master? To make you more sad? Are you not sad enough to make you more guilty? Have not the Christian priests done enough? Do you want me to make a heavier cross? Is not Jesus' cross weighty enough for you? For what you want me to be your master? And to be your master or not, that has to be left to me. You are not to be concerned about it. Your whole concern should be, can you be a disciple? How I can be a disciple should be your question. You are not going to be a master, so bother about the master. That is my business. And I know my business perfectly well. You just leave it to me. You do your part. And if you succeed in doing your part, you will not go empty-handed from my door. But first things first, you should be ready to do your part. Becoming a sannyasin is not just changing the robe and changing the name. Those are just playful things. I could have chosen any color. Blue is good, the color of the ocean. Green is good, the color of the whole nature. I could have chosen any color. I have chosen red for two reasons. One, because red in the East has been the color of sannyasins for centuries. I have not chosen it because it has been the color of the sannyasins, so my sannyasins should also be part of that tradition. No, I have chosen it to sabotage that tradition. Because all those sannyasins were serious people, heavy, dull, mediocre. I wanted to bring a new breeze in the world of sannyas. And to disturb the definition of the sannyasin. which has become completely ossified. I had created the confusion. Now in India, it is very difficult who is who. My sannyasins are laughing, enjoying, dancing, and the people cannot understand what is the matter, because sannyasins have never done such things. And secondly, because red has become associated with communism, I wanted to sabotage that idea too, that red is nobody's monopoly. Just to disturb these two, I had chosen red. But this is just playful. You will have to think about sannyas in its deepest meanings. It means that you have found someone whose eyes can see far than your eyes can see, whose reach of the hand goes higher than your reach of the hand. You have found someone that you feel jealous of. You would like to have this serenity, this peace, this silence, this song. Then be prepared on your part. I am ready. I have been long ready. And don't miss the opportunity, because I will not be here forever. Today I am here, tomorrow I may not be here. So if you want in some way to use my insight, my vision, my experience, if you want to become part of my universe, then don't miss a single moment, because nothing can be said about the next moment. I may not be here. And then your getting ready will be pointless. Now I am here and you are not ready. That has been happening again and again in the past. It is said, the day Gautam Buddha died, a man came running. Buddha had asked his disciples that this is my last meeting with you in the body. I am going to leave the body. Before I leave the body, if you have any more questions left. He has been answering for 42 years. If anything is still left in somebody's mind, ask it. Otherwise, I won't be here anymore. The disciples were crying, weeping. What you can ask him? 42 years he has been answering even those questions which you have not asked. He has been answering questions which you have wrongly asked, but he has answered rightly. He was not only answering you, he was also creating questions for you. In 42 years, he has done everything that was possible. Now what to ask at the last moment? They said, no, just we are grateful. He closed his eyes. He moved the first step inwards, that is, he moved away from the body to the mind. Second step, he moved from the mind to the heart. Third step, he was just going to take from heart to the feeling of emness, asmita. It cannot be called I. It is far more refined. Just emness. And then the last jump into nothingness. While he was just moving in, the man came running. He said, but I have a question. The disciple said, now don't disturb him. Where you have been? From your village he has passed at least 30 times. He said, I know. But sometimes there was so much crowd of customers in my shop. Sometimes I was engaged in my son's marriage. Sometimes my wife was sick, and so on and so forth. I always thought next time when he comes, I will go. Just now I heard that he is leaving the world. What about my question? The people said that you seem to be an idiot. 30 times he passed, and 30 times you missed, and now when he has just taken leave of us, now it cannot be done. But Buddha came back. He opened his eyes. He said, no. Let him ask him. Let him be answered. Because I don't want in the history to be known for the coming generations that a Buddha was alive and yet somebody returned from his door empty-handed. Let me do my part. If he is ready, and I can see he is ready. My death has been a shock to him and has made him ready. I am happy that even my death has helped someone to be ready to listen. He answered his question. The question was not philosophical, theological, intellectual. The question was really authentic, sincerely spiritual. But that man for so many years was missing. Just the idea that tomorrow, day after tomorrow, any time Buddha comes and goes, I can go and meet and ask. He had asked, this was the last question to Buddha, that how I can be in a position that whether you are in the body or not, your presence will remain available to me. What can I do? He had asked a real religious question. He is asking, what can I do so that your presence remains available to me? This time I have missed when you were in the body, but I don't want to miss forever. Buddha gave him the instructions for meditation, vipassana, how to be aware of your breathing, how to be aware, silently watchful of the breath going out, coming in, going out, coming in. So slowly, slowly you can be separate from your breathing. The moment you are separate from your breathing, my presence will be available. Because you are separate from your body just as I am separate from my body. If a disciple is ready, even a dead master can be alive. If the disciple is not ready, then even a living master cannot do anything. It all depends on the disciple.